Each year, middle school students in Carroll County are selected to participate in an awesome event,
the Multicultural Leadership Conference.
When we went, it was held at the historic Brethren Center in New Windsor, Maryland.
If you watch, the news, it's never people like us who are committing these crimes.
Do you know how dangerous that street is? And how dangerous those people are? Don't you watch the news? They'll have guns and drugs.
It's always these minorities that think that the law don't apply to them. I know where the money comes from, Jesse. I don't want you at the house of some drug dealer.
It's a Spanish neighborhood. They have guns and drugs.
Officials and leaders from around the county came to share their insights and hit upon the purposes and goals of the conference. They were
embracing diversity. And diversity means embracing things that are different as well as embracing things that might be similar.
Diversity is a noun. It doesn't become a verb, an action word, unless you do something about it. The purpose of today's conference is to develop student leaders who encourage acceptance and respect for different cultures and to coach others to embrace diversity.
You're going to work with all of the people in your school to make it a much more peaceful place to be and a harmonious place to be, where we accept everybody, where we accept everybody's gifts and everybody's talents, and by using that, we make this a better world.
Several times today, you're going to be asked a question. And the question is, what can we do to help the people at our school accept, respect, and embrace each other's similarities and differences?
You people are our backbones of Carroll County and the state. What you learned here today, you'll be able to put in good use throughout your future.
Throughout the day, we discussed what was basically on our minds, our thoughts and our opinions, and our concerns on different topics relating to multiculturalism and on embracing diversity.
It's just so surprising that he could judge people and not know them and just think of them that way.
And if someone's getting picked on, you kind of just stand up for them and give them compliments of what they are good at and stuff and make them feel good about themselves.
Well, I can kind of relate to that because I speak another language, but just not on a regular basis. And it makes you proud to know that most people have a hard time just learning the English language, and to have a second language on top of that is a lot to be proud of.
We broke up into groups and were able to meet kids from other schools.
We participated in a variety of fun activities, from an African drum circle to an activity called Forced Choices.
So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to be the leader, and I'm going to ask you a question, and you're going to respond both vocally and on your instrument.
I want you to write down whether you like chocolate or vanilla ice cream.
What's your name?
Gary. Music or sports?
What's your name?
Jonathan.
What's your name?
In the box below the ice cream one, I would like for you to decide whether you like dogs or cats better.
What's your name? What's your name?
Rock or rap music?
What's your name? Not bad.
Now you find someone who likes exactly the same things as you.
The improvisational skits put on by Foolproof were really eye-opening and one of my favorite parts of the conference because they really made you think.
That was just a really dumb thing to do.
Do we have to sit this close to the freak?
Chris, how could you do something so stupid?
That day, Chris tried to ask me if I could study with him this weekend. Alex, I'm not late.
I'm sorry to bother you. I was wondering if maybe we could study.
I was in the middle of talking to him, and Mike decided to come over with his friend Dan and just beat the crap out of him.
First, it's the seat at lunch. And now you're talking to my girl. Look, I just didn't think I would have to teach your place, but I guess I do.
No, come on.
You're just gonna have to learn, loser.
And then Chris got a little scared, and
we're walking down the hall, and the freak pulls a gun out of us. That's what happened.
he brought a gun into school.
Bringing a gun to school? Do you know what this could get you?
I'm sorry, I wasn't gonna hurt
I
anyone.
had to drive all the way over here from work.
I know.
My boss is furious at me. I'm late on a proposal, and then I have to leave work.
Stop yelling at me.
I don't want to hear it from you, you know? That was just a really dumb thing to do. What kind of a kid brings a gun to school? Where did you get a gun? You know I don't have guns in my house, Chris.
I wasn't gonna hurt anyone. Stop yelling.
Did you get that gun from your father?
The teachers at the conference also gave us a lot to think about.
So you can't tell by looking at somebody what necessarily their background is.
These things take time. You know, there's a saying, quality, things of quality take time. Quality things have no fear of time.
And that's when we can reach out to those people and say, hey, why don't you sit next to me, or, you know, you want to have lunch together, or, you know, why don't we meet after school and I'll help you get caught up on where we are, you know, things like that.
Difference can be either, you know, from different school or some of the things that came out today. I mean, you would think that, you know, you guys would be a lot the same, you're from the same county and everything, and everyone in here has all this difference. And even when you don't look like you have, you know, a difference, it's still difference. And maybe if we take up for, if we take up for one piece of difference, really we're taking up for our own too.
And it's important for you to feel this, that change is possible. Because if you don't feel this, change is not possible. It depends on what you feel and how you act. And those are the things on the outside circle.
There were numerous activities that taught us about other cultures from around the world. I really like the salsa dancing.
At the end of the day, we got together with everybody from our home school, shared some of our experiences, and discussed how we could make a difference.
What we went to is we went to a presentation about SERVE.
They send goods and other things around the world, and they helped with the hurricane problems.
In personal groups, we learned about prejudice and all that stuff, and how we can stop it. We were talking about a bunch of stereotypes, and we got into like how women used to not be treated as well, like they couldn't vote and stuff.
Also, some people are racist, and I learned that you should always speak up for yourself and say you're against it instead of ignoring it.
How can we make school more fun to be at? How can we stop some of the prejudice that we see in school, or some of the bullying, or some of the behaviors that just aren't acceptable? What, as students, and well, mainly as students with teachers here to help guide you, can you do to make a difference?